I was 19, newly medicated, but still haunted by residual hallucinations. I had convinced myself that the voice in my head was an old friend come to comfort me, until I realised that it was urging me towards self-harm. I stand before you as living proof that a diagnosis of schizophrenia is not a life sentence.
We hope that today is a time of reflection, a time of food for thought, perhaps challenging some of the narratives that we hold consciously or unconsciously, and that there is a spirit of encouragement that we take forward into our own communities. 80% of people said it's actually what's happening in the world around me and how I'm treated or perceived or marginalised by others or the community than actually the mental illness itself. So what that told me is that actually is in our hands, not theirs.
As someone with my own lived experience of navigating challenges, healing and recovery, I know that our stories are powerful.
One of the most radical acts I've undertaken is to speak openly about my experience, to dismantle those whispers with the louder truth of my humanity. Recovery, I learned, is neither a straight line nor a finite destination. It is an ongoing journey of reclaiming agency over one's mind and one's life.
You've got to realise that when you're unwell, it passes. And when you come back to everyday self, you will get there.
People that had spent 30 years of their life at Walson Park. We took 300 out, gave them accommodation in the community, clinical support, psychosocial support. After 10 years of follow-up, we still were able to find 177 people. Most were living successfully in the community, did not have any long-term readmissions back to hospital. The possibilities are huge for people.
I never thought that I would have made it past 30, and here I am, coming in and working in as a identified lived experience principal project officer at Queensland Health. Never even knew that there was such thing just a couple of years ago.
It didn't take just one person to save me from schizophrenia. It took a whole community. My inner spark never went out. I just had to find it again.
Without hope, you get stuck in recovery. When you're actually recovered, and it's during that cycle, with hope included, that you get to that point of actually having periods of recovery that are in the past tense.
Sometimes our vulnerabilities are actually our strengths. It makes us who we are.
The conversation today is the beginning. What I want to say to you is, what do you do with this now? Because changing the narrative, reclaiming the narrative, rewriting the narrative based upon real stories is actually in the hands of all of us to take forward.
Together, we can create communities where mental health challenges are met with empathy, not judgment, with support rather than exclusion. Together, we can build a world where everyone, regardless of diagnosis, has the opportunity to flourish. Let us walk forward, hand in hand, and explore what's possible. Thank you.